Meat bicycle!
Hello everybody, welcome back to another Ultimate Vault Hunter Mode Legendary Weapon Guide here on Borderlands the pre-sequel. Today we're going to be taking a look at another legendary weapon, and today it's going to be a shotgun. So this one is the Striker shotgun, which is returning actually from all three Borderlands games. It actually features the Striker. So you first get it in Borderlands 1, you get it in Borderlands 2, from old Slappy of course in the Highlands Outwash, and today we're going to be looking at how to get it in the pre-sequel. So once again, of course, as always, we'll be looking at where to get it first. So to get the Striker, you're going to need to come to the map Crisis Scar and face off against a boss in here called Red Belly. Now he is a little Easter egg boss kind of thing. He's also a main story boss as well, so you will have to fight this one. He's not one of those optional guys that you pick up. You will need to come here as part of the mission and take on Red Belly. So yeah, it's quite easy to go down with Red Belly. He's a pretty tough guy, but if you take in strong gear, and you should be able to get him alright. But yeah, he will drop the Striker shotgun right here. Now it's actually the belly part of Red Belly that drops the Striker. I believe Red drops his own little unique blue red text weapon, but yeah, Belly, the one that stays on the floor, he actually drops the Striker. So there you go, there it is, and we'll pick it up right now. And you can also get this from random loot sources like the vending machines and the grinder, as well as world drops as well. But to maximise your chances of getting it, come and see Red Belly in the map Crisis Scar. That's exactly where it is on the map. So let's go and take a closer look at this weapon. So let's have a little overview of this. This is exactly what it looks like. A lovely looking shotgun really. So yeah, a little bit of information about this then. The Striker is a legendary shotgun manufactured by Jacobs. It is obtained obviously by any random loot source, but can drop from Red Belly in Crisis Scar. The red text on it says Fandir ?13. The special weapon effects are 50% additive crit bonus and a 15% multiplicative crit bonus added with exceptional accuracy and minuscule spread. Increased weapon zoom when sighted. According to the wiki, in usage and description, the Striker's most prominent change from its previous incarnation is that which applied to many Jacobs weapons, unlike its counterpart in Borderlands 1, where the massive damage was at the cost of fire rate. The Striker is semi-automatic with a small magazine in Borderlands 2 and the pre-sequel, so it actually had a little bit of a change from Borderlands 1, which is true. If you use it in Borderlands 1, it feels totally different in Borderlands 2 and the pre-sequel. Perhaps even more accurate than it was before, the Striker also keeps its bonus critical hit damage, but at the cost of very high recoil. If unscoped, subsequent shots fired may miss the intended target completely. The nature of its accuracy further reduces its usefulness, as the Striker's tight spread will stray above the crosshairs as one group, a rather hit or miss behaviour compared to other shotguns' random deviations of every pellet. Up close, many other shotguns can easily outperform the Striker, even other Jacobs shotguns of considerably lower rarity, as its pellet count is relatively low. However, it only uses one shell per shot, so the ammo spent, it is one of the most powerful shotguns on Pandora. Now, relevant to this game, under notes, it says with a minimum critical bonus of plus 72%, the Striker is an excellent weapon for Nisha's showdown activation skill, as the pellet spread is so precise that usually each do critical damage. You'll see that coming up very soon. Yeah, apart from that, prefixes, it comes in Rustlers, which is projectile count, Sidewinder is mag size, Dock Striker is critical damage, Hunting is increased accuracy, Well Kept Striker is increased overall, Texas Striker is reload speed, and Barb Striker is increased melee. So let's go ahead and take a look at it against another legendary shotgun of equal rarity and similarity. And for that I have chosen what probably replaced the Striker when the Claptastic Voyage DLC came out. The Striker was actually one of the best shotgun, I think, in my opinion, to use in this game with all characters until the Claptastic Voyage DLC came out, which was then replaced by the Flare. But here we have quite a rare thing. We've both got two Jacobs shotguns of the same level and rarity, as well as the fact that they're non-elemental. They're pretty identical shotguns. So as you can see, damage-wise, the Flayer has a higher times bonus to it, so it shoots more projectiles out, and it's also a higher base damage, so nearly 14,000 damage times by 17 compared to the 10,000 damage of the Striker times by only 7. But the Striker is more accurate than the Flayer by over double. The fire rates are pretty similar, the reload speeds are identical, and the Striker actually only has 2 magazine size, whereas the Flayer has 9, so that means that you can shoot a lot quicker with the Flayer with more magazine size. It's just not as accurate, slightly less quicker, but more damage overall. So yeah, as you can see right there, that's a pretty big difference in damage really, but overall they're pretty similar together with each other. So let's go ahead and test this out and see what we think of it. Well, for that I've come to the lunar launching station, and yeah, just having a run around against some of the guys in here. Now these are pretty tough dudes, they've got some good weapons. We're towards the end of the game, so yeah, they're not going to be the easiest guys in the world, but as you can see, especially as it mentioned earlier in the wiki, use Nisha's showdown skill with it. I've also combined that with a good tombstone build as well, so once you get that first kill down, you can absolutely rip through enemies completely. The good thing about using it with Tombstone is the fact that with Nisha's Showdown is obviously it's basically aimbot, so you don't have to be accurate at all. And it did mention earlier that especially with the recoil and the fire rate, the Striker suffers from accuracy quite a lot. But as you can see here, with Showdown it really isn't the case, especially with combining that with Tombstone as well. It's also worth mentioning, normally I go through the trivia of what the red text means in nearly every weapon, if they actually have a meaning to them. This one is quite a weird one as well, really, because the item description has been the source of conflict and confusion, according to the wiki, amongst fans, because the mysterious amulet from Borderlands 2, which nobody could work out what it actually did, also has a mention of Fandir on it, which obviously the red text of this weapon says Fandir ?13. So yeah, like I said, the mysterious amulet shares the same mention of the word Fandir. Upon receiving the mysterious amulet in Borderlands 2, the supplier says the secret lies in Fandir's grasp. But apart from that, no other reference to Fandir has been found in Borderlands 2 or the pre-sequel, or in any kind of Borderlands universe, so that one's quite interesting as well, really. But yeah, anyway, back to the weapon. Like I said, one of the best shotguns in Borderlands 2 and the pre-sequel, more so in the pre-sequel I think than Borderlands 2. I use this a lot more in this game. Like I said, it was my main shotgun until the Flayer came out. So unfortunately I have to say today, although it's still a really, really good shotgun, it's just not as good as the Flayer. So yeah, that is my review of the legendary shotgun, the Striker in Borderlands pre-sequel. Thank you for watching another Ultimate Vault Hunter Mode legendary weapon guide here on Borderlands pre-sequel, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.
Meat bicycle!